heading over to Genoa, Nevada for a hike. Kelly decided to stop at the Bighorn Crossing Cafe, which they've recently renovated. You can see what a pretty morning it is out here. And look at these nice bighorn sheep that they have. This is right near the big crossing by the highway. And they've done a really good job of fixing this up. And look at these. But the bighorn sheep do actually cross through here. What can you tell us about this business that they've recently renovated?
It's a mini mart, and they also have a food truck here, which is supposed to be pretty good.
Right.
It's been, you know, it's cute. It's real cute. You
and
can
it's
get
right off the
fancy
highway.
coffee.
Lots of parking. And just make sure you signal early, because sometimes people have a tendency to want to tailgate you through here. So just keep that in mind. And then look at, they've got the Cecil the Serpent. Look at this. What can you tell us about this? Is this one made locally?
Well, I don't think it was made locally,
Uh-huh.
but it is a town mascot.
Right. The town mascot for Hawthorne, Nevada is Cecil the Serpent, kind of like the Loch Ness Monster. And some people say that there's the Cecil the Serpent in Walker Lake. But you can see how pretty it is. And like I said, it's easy to turn off.
You guys are open, right? We are. Okay, good.
Oh, it's nice in here. Check it out. It's all brand new, isn't it? Look at these fresh croissants that were just recently made. They made these here from scratch. So I'm with Sue at the Bighorn Crossing. She's going to talk a little bit about the menu here.
As far as everything that I know from working here and working with Tony and Mickey, everything is their own design. So they put a lot of thought and work into everything that they've done here, and
Their own recipes.
Their own recipes. For
And everything's homemade, right?
The drinks, the
drinks
food,
even?
everything is their own recipes for.
Wow,
everything.
that's so unusual in this day and age. That's great.
It's not just a little, you know, throw something together just to throw a business together and have out here. There's been so much thought put behind everything.
Right, right. So everybody, when you're traveling from Reno or Las Vegas on US 95, this is a must stop. What'd you get, Kelly?
I got coffee. I got a sugar-free vanilla latte.
Woo! Sounds delicious.
It is.
We're gonna go on a little hike here by Walker Lake. Since we're driving by these boulders, they look pretty interesting. Kelly said we could get into them pretty easily. Really interesting and scenic.
One time I was up here doing some portrait photos, and there was a herd of bighorn sheep in the background of her photo.
I am so glad that that's not a cougar or something in there. There's nobody home today. Look at this one. It's got like the hole in it. And all of these are just so odd. I don't know how to describe them, but definitely been underwater. I'm not sure if this is actually a tufa formation, but you can tell that it's been underwater. Really interesting on the surface. It's rough. If you've ever felt coral, it feels like coral. Back on the road. That was really interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Good morning. We just met. We're just getting used to each other. We're enjoying the morning sunshine. There's a whole herd of them out here. Very calm and well behaved. Soaking up the sunshine. It was a cool night last night. I think the low was 17. I think the low was 17. Sure are pretty. Okay, catch you later. There's the beautiful river. We'll have to do some hiking up here this winter, Kelly.
Good idea.
Yeah. Starting to get some frost and ice along the river as it flows along. So we're heading towards winter. Just a little bit of snow up on the mountains. The Sierras are so scenic from the Carson Valley. We're gonna make this right and head on over to Genoa, Nevada. Just on the outskirts, just south of Genoa, Nevada. Remember all the deer that we saw? They were trying to get all the apples that were in people's yards all through town. Almost every home had a few apple trees in the backyard, didn't it? It was amazing.
Yeah. I wonder if they
Deer
cleaned it up.
everywhere. We saw
Yep.
so many. Well, most of the leaves are over, are fallen. Nice sunny, crisp morning. We could park where we did last time.
Sure.
This is downtown Genoa. Very nice little day trip from the Reno area. That's the old fort, and there's a museum and a lot of shops. Courthouse museum. Interesting sign here. It says, warning, you are entering bear and mountain lion habitat. Talks about how to identify them if they're going to be aggressive, the different tracks. We've decided to park here at the park. We'll be going up into the mountains just outside of town. And there. Very nice community here in Genoa, Nevada. We're starting out in downtown Genoa. We're going to head up Carson Street, which is up here top of the hill to the left. This is the main intersection in town. We're just gonna head up the main street and break off from here. Isn't that, that's Nevada's oldest bar, isn't it?
That's what it says.
Yeah, the oldest bar in the state of Nevada. There it is. This is the street that we want, Carson Street. Make this turn off Main Street onto Carson Street and head up the hill. Beautiful homes in this town. That's aptly named Orchard House. The last time we were here, there was like 4 or 5 deer in that yard right there, sitting around eating apples. Kelly was checking for any leftover apples. She said the deer got every one of them. So I think we just head up this little lane. I think that's where it said the trail was.
Yep.
Straight up into the mountains. Here's the trailhead. It's just about 2 or 3 blocks off Main Street. Genoa Canyon Trailhead. Oh, it's got a nice map too. Got a really excellent map here I'm looking at for the Carson Valley Trails Association. It's got everything figured out. It's a really good one. We were thinking about starting from here where we're at, going up here, looping around and coming back down, but that's 8.2 miles. So we're just gonna head up here a ways and see what we can see what kind of view we can see by the Genoa Canyon and see how it goes. So here's the Genoa Canyon trailhead. The Tahoe Rim Trail is 13.4 miles. We're not going that far. It gives you an idea of the lengths. Like I said, we're just on the other side of the Sierra Range. There's a little bit of ice on the tree branches along the creek. It's one switchback after another. Getting our heart rate up, she said. Ooh. Genoa is just at the bottom of those trees. You can start to see the Carson Valley. This little trail just hugs the side of the mountain. It's just one switchback after another. That's the Carson Valley. Now to the right, beyond these trees, is Minden. And then a little bit farther down is Gardnerville, which you really can't see because that side of the mountain is in the way. There are some sheer drop-offs where you really don't want to roll off this trail. I think you get really injured. However, I do think it's family friendly. Maybe if the children are about maybe 12 or so and older, maybe 10. Kelly, I would just avoid bringing young children that are goofing off and messing around in the trail because they could easily fall from here. Yeah. What do you think of Genoa from up here?
It is so cute. All it needs is some snow.
I so want to move here. I just don't think my budget can afford it, but
Yeah,
it's a
no,
very,
one
very,
can.
very nice. Heading on the north side of the hill now. Really very pleasant view. That's looking north towards Carson City. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon now, and we are on the shady side of the mountain, but at least we're out of that dark, shady, icy canyon. Oh, I like the color of this lichen on this rock. Like a yellow green. On the trail, you can really enjoy how the view starts to unfold the higher up that you get. Now we're on the ridge, said Kelly. Right on the spine. Right on the spine of it. It's very nice though. Look how pretty the pine trees are on that ridge on the trail. So this trail does get mountain bikers, and it says use extreme caution, trail narrows ahead. And like I said, it's not the trail that's bad, but if you go over the side, I think you're gonna get yourself pretty dinged up. This isn't too bad in this section, but there's a bike track, but we haven't seen any yet. Well, everybody, you can see how these mountain bikes come down here, and they ride up here. You can see there's tracks right here, and they come all the way up here, and try to make this turn without wiping out and head on that way. Somebody rode their horse up this trail. We're having a nice conversation, but I need to make sure I pay attention to where I'm walking, as I've said before, because that's where I would end up, is going all the way down there. Beautiful. We got to remember that the days are getting shorter, so we're trying not to take too many breaks and cover some ground. And our goal is to get some exercise, but also to scout out this trail for everybody and see what we can find up here. Caution ahead. Narrow trail, tight switchbacks, falling rocks, limited sight lines, very steep drop-offs. Bikers, make sure brakes work. Ride slowly and wear a helmet. Equestrians, know the skill level of you and your horse. I believe we're at about 7,000 feet now. Lake Tahoe is at 6,300 elevation, and it's about, I think, 1,500 feet above the Carson Valley, and that was like about 4,900 feet at the trailhead. We've noticed there's some more high altitude trees up here, more alpine type trees in this section of the woods. See how narrow they're getting. We saw a section, you can't really see it from what the camera picks up, but there's like a very fine frost on the rocks and a lot of the tree trunks in here. I guess it never got any sun to burn it off. Look at these nice rose hips. They say they're full of vitamin C. I know they have a lot of seeds in them. I'm gonna try one. They don't taste like anything, but they have a lot of seed, as you can see in there. They say they have a lot of vitamin C. Some more rock formations. We're going to try to head back while there's still some light. We don't want to get caught up here in the dark, and it's a little bit cool up here this time of year in the shade. It's about freezing right now.
Mm-hmm.
One last view of the Carson Valley before we head down off the trail. Well, we went up quite a ways, but we didn't go to the very top, and it's about an 8-mile loop, and we just came to see what's up here. So I think the best thing that we saw was the nice views that are out of the Carson Valley, and well, definitely I would recommend this hike, and we definitely want to come back here again. But we're going to head on back down. It's getting cold. It's right about freezing, and daylight is disappearing pretty quickly. But it's a good one. It's a good hike. Mule deer. This might be some of the ones that we saw that were eating all the apples earlier this year. They're kind of used to people because they were in these gardens and yards earlier this year. Looks like they're making the rounds. It's the deer commute. Just cleared that wall. Heading up to the trailhead. See the black tail on them? A little bit different than the white-tailed deer. There they go.